Hey guys, it's Laura and welcome back to my channel. So today we are back in The Sims 4 building, but this time I'm building something different, or I'm doing something a little different. So I have been creating Sims 4 content for 1 year now. So last year in March, with the lockdown and not being at work and having a lot more extra time on my hands, I decided to finally give posting my content online a go. I did sort of very briefly in the days of The Sims 3 have like a Tumblr account where I would post like PSDs of Photoshop for like editing screenshots, and when that was a thing, as well as some sort of like gameplay screenshots. I very briefly tried making my own custom content, but that was very short-lived. But as far as The Sims 4 goes, apart from uploading builds to the gallery, I hadn't ever tried posting anything that I've created online. So I'd always wanted to create a YouTube channel, but I never had the guts to do it, and I feel like Instagram was probably my stepping stone into the world of the Sims community. I've got to say, I mean I watched loads of YouTube videos, but I had no idea that there was like this whole community on Instagram where people would post their builds and post their stories and post their custom content and their Sims. So I was relatively new to the whole thing, and last March I was due to go on holiday to America. I had like a 3-week amazing tour of like the East Coast planned, but obviously the pandemic got in the way and that holiday didn't happen. So I guess in a way to like cheer myself up, I decided to play The Sims, and I kind of haven't stopped. So I actually built this house a year ago and I put it up on the gallery, and it was just a shell. And so I figured, well, maybe I can celebrate my year posting Sims 4 content with me decorating this shell. And originally it was on the gallery as like a starter home, but it was quite a high priced starter home, so I guess if you were to download it you'd probably need quite a bit of money in order to furnish it. So this is no longer a starter home, needless to say. But I did think it would be a cool idea to go back in and decorate the interior of this build. So with that being said, I just completely waffled over what I'm doing. I'm currently in the kitchen and I'm working on this little corner full of like debug objects. I wanted it to give the appearance that your sim is like halfway through cooking their dinner. I do this in a lot of my builds when I have like the patience. I probably wouldn't do it on a speed build just because it's quite fiddly and I have to use the tool mod, but because I didn't have to build the exterior, I had a bit more time on my hands to play with, so I decided to keep it in the edit. I basically took the wall decoration, which is like the chopping board, and using the tool mod I rotated it and then just put some vegetables, meat and some tools on there, so it gives like the impression that your sim's halfway through cooking dinner. And I think it's pretty cool. It's a nice idea. It brings a bit of realism to the house, which I love. And just going through now and adding a bit more decor to the cabinets. So there is an empty one on the opposite side of this kitchen with nothing on it, so if you want to download this house and play with it, then your sim has that open counter space to make their dinner and it's not going to cause any issues for you. So building this house, I had the plan in mind that I wanted like an elderly sim to live here. I had the idea that maybe she was like a grandma, and although it's a 1-bedroom and 1.5 bath house, there isn't a bed or sleeping space for a toddler or a child. I kind of had the idea that maybe the kids would like come over, maybe they would nap on like the sofa. I did put down some sort of children decor, not exactly toys, but just decor objects to make it look like it was children friendly. But you know, if you do download this, you can make any changes that you want. You can put a toddler bed in with the main bedroom. You can, yeah, just do whatever you want. You can put some toy boxes, you can put a high chair, you can put anything you want in it. And if you do upload it to Instagram or Twitter, then please do tag me. My socials are on the screen now for you, so do go please and follow me on those if you're not already. So I'm currently in the living room, and it's a really bright color scheme for this build. I went with a lot of creams and beiges and whites and really light wood tones, and I just wanted it to feel really airy and really like contemporary but still cozy, and I feel like I achieved that quite well. I mean, you'll have to let me know in the comments below what you think of this build, but I think it turned out really cute, and I have play tested this build. I did kind of have to cram in quite a bit because it is a very small house, but everything works, so you'll have no problems with like routing for your Sims to get around objects and use everything. And I use a lot of the tool mod in this video, and as well as gallery art, which you can see me placing down here. So I mentioned in a previous speed build that I wanted to make use of the gallery art more, and basically because I've been playing The Sims since The Sims 4 since it came out, and I'm so bored with all the in-game artwork. I just use it all the time, and I figured, well, there's so many amazing creations on the gallery which are like custom content, free, no CC artwork, so I figured what better way than to incorporate that into this build. So the paintings that I use are by Fruit Loops 40, so do go on the gallery and type their ID into the search bar and you can find all of their no custom content gallery artwork. So when you put this in your house and then you upload the build to the gallery, it won't flag as showing CC, which is perfect, you know? So I did use a couple of paintings and they were just perfect for this build. They have the same warm colours, they're just beachy and cute, and it just suited this house style so well. I really struggled with the living room and what furniture I was trying to use. I changed that table for under the TV so many times. Like here you'll see me trying to use like cabinets to try and create my own, you know, custom furniture, but in the end I went for these shelves that came with Snowy Escape, and I put a TV on there and the Lindsay speaker, and then just some sort of decorative objects to make it a bit more cluttered and a bit more lived in. It took me forever to like decide on what I was doing. I was so indecisive with this build. I just completely had no idea at the time of where I wanted it to go and like the color schemes and everything. And I guess when I was building it, I didn't really realize that I was using so much of this really like light wood tones until it was kind of too late to change. But it did finally come together. So, and there I'm just placing down the children's toy box, you know, just to make it look a bit more child friendly. And I used a lot of the nifty knitting stuff in this build, and the reason behind that was, like I said, I wanted the build to be lived in by, I wanted an elder to live in this house, and I figured that it was going to be a grandma and she was going to love knitting, and so I took advantage of using all of those little cute toys that you can knit in the game. I really wish that you could like place down knitted objects like the onesies or the beanies and place them as objects. That would be so cool. Same with like, you know, the umbrella stand. I wish that you could be able to take out a singular umbrella and just have that leaning up against like a table or something. It's kind of a shame that they're not, we can't put them in the game as singular objects. So I kind of hope that that's something that we do get to do maybe in the future in The Sims 4. If not, I know The Sims 5 is getting a lot of attraction at the moment, so something's definitely happening in that department. But now I am just working on this very small dining area, Don't worry, I know it looks really cramped, but all the chairs work and your sim can eat a meal at any one of the seats, so don't worry about that. You may need to kind of like scoot over, so like to get the one that's in the corner by the small half wall there, you probably need to go around the other chairs to get to it, but it does all work, I assure you. And now I'm in this small laundry room that's right by the front door. I at the beginning made this only laundry, and then when I was building, or when I was decorating the bathroom that's linked to the bedroom, I realized if your sim has guests, then they're gonna have to walk through this woman's bedroom to get to the bathroom, and that just didn't really sit with me very well. So once I completed this little laundry room and was really happy with it, I actually went back in and completely changed it. And I did leave the laundry stuff in there, but then I just added a toilet and a sink. So if you don't have laundry stuff, then you can just take, you can just use it as a half bathroom. If you're completely fine with your sim's guests having to walk through their bedroom to get to the bathroom, then you can just put it back as it is now, I guess. It's entirely up to you. So now we're in the bedroom, and again, it took me a while to get the positioning of where I wanted the bed. So at first I wasn't too fussed about like both sides being able to be reached by the sim, but then I sort of figured, well, I do want to have my grandma to have a husband or a wife, or however she wants to live her life. I wanted her to have a partner, and I did want to have therefore both sides of the bed accessible. So I put it where it currently is now, and your sim can get to both sides of it, which is fine. And I am now putting a dresser down and just cluttering it up with some decorative objects, just like makeup table and some body sprays and that kind of thing. And then here I am putting in a really cute little knitting nook for your grandmas. So the idea behind that was that she could come in the bedroom during the day and just knit onesies for her grandkids or little stuffed toys for her grandkids. I love the idea that we can now have knitting in the game, because I feel like the elder sims are so neglected. Like they're weirdly made. Like the faces are fairly detailed, but then they have like body skins that aren't exactly reflective of being elderly, and it's a bit weird. I mean, let me know if you feel the same way, or if I'm just completely talking rubbish. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on elders. But I love elder sims. I just think they're so cute, and I love the fact that they can like sit on their rocking chairs and reminisce, and they can think about their families and all that kind of fun stuff. So I do actually do a lot of builds for elders, I feel like. So yeah, anyway. And this little section of the bedroom, I struggled at first with what to put there, but then I basically decided that maybe this sim is getting a bit too old to be able to do a lot of like DIY stuff, and maybe she's got like paintings that need putting up on the wall, and she's just leaning there against the wall, and I put some paint cans down to sort of give it the idea that she's waiting for maybe her kids or her husband or whoever to come in and hang up the paintings on the wall. And it's just a cute little corner decorative object. It doesn't really have any purpose, but it was quite a sweet addition to the room. And here you see I'm just going back into that little room by the front door and making it into a half bath. So basically there's just a toilet and a sink, and then the laundry objects are there as well. It's a very simple bathroom, not a lot to it, just the usual. And now we're back into the main bathroom, which is off the bedroom. And again, this has a shower and a tub combo, the same counters that I used in the kitchen, and a toilet. And it's all very bog standard and simple, but it's quite a sweet little room. And I always like to put a little toy or something in there, just so it gives, a little playful vibe to the room, I guess. So I do that a lot in builds. I put some kind of little cool, cute gnome or a toy or a duck or something in there. that's pretty much it for the bathroom. And I think we are now going outside and just adding a seating area and a barbecue, some bins. I'm so glad that I remembered a bin this time, because that's the one thing that I always forget to put in my builds, is like a trash can for the outside. I always forget. So if you have downloaded a build from me before and you've had to go in and put either a mailbox or a bin in there, then I'm so sorry. I'm also adding a cute little gardening section, because I feel like gardening is something that all old people like to do. I mean, my parents love to garden, and I mean, they're not exactly elder state, I guess, but they are sort of well on their way to semi-retiring, and they do enjoy their gardening. So I had to put a couple of planters down for my elderly sim here, and that's pretty much it. We're coming to the end of the speed build. The screenshots are coming up very shortly, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do remember to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you all in the next video.